All right, welcome back. Now, the war of attrition between Senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and the leadership of the Senate has become a long-drawn war of no retreat, no surrender. Natasha demanded for her immediate reinstatement by the Senate and gave the Clerk of the National Assembly, Yahya Danzaria, a 4-day ultimatum to facilitate her resumption or face contempt proceedings and disciplinary actions. The suspended senator, through her legal counsel, Mike Jonathan Numa, SAN, rejected the clerk's letter of the 4th of September, which insisted that her suspension subsists until the Court of Appeal rules on the matter. She warned that failure to comply by Monday, the 15th of September, would leave her with no choice but to initiate proceedings against the clerk, both personally and in his official capacity. Okay. Senator Natasha, blowing hot, has issued a 4-day ultimatum to the Clerk of the House. But talk to me, how do you respond to this real quick?
Let me begin with the letter, the reply that the clerk gave to Natasha. I think that clerk overreached himself. I think he needs to realize that he's just the head of administration for National Assembly, you know, and not a lawmaker. So the letter was not necessary? It was not necessary. It wasn't part of the resolution suspending Natasha. So he has no role to play other than facilitating, you know, performing administrative functions to ensure that Natasha returns. So he didn't have to send that letter. That's number one. So very wrong. I think Natasha should be allowed to resume. I think that, and this is not about whether Natasha is remorseful or not. This is not about the character of Natasha. The Senate can deal with that. When Natasha, they can decide, okay, look, as she shown remorse, or whatever it is they want to say, you understand, we don't know what it is they're going to say. Don't forget that although the judge didn't say that, didn't lift the suspension, the judge said that that 6-month suspension was unconstitutional and unfair.
Said it was excessive. It was excessive,
yeah. Maybe that's the expression.
But not a declarative.
No, it was. No, I've said that. It was not. It was an observation. It was an observation. But we said it here that it was too harsh. But it's happened. It's happened.
Okay.
6 months. Now, for the clerk to say that, because a case subsists in appeal court, for him to say that is goofing badly. It's almost like saying that if you serve a prison sentence, say maybe 6 months in prison, and then you have appealed. So your sentence has run out. Because you have appealed, you must be kept in prison.
It doesn't say a stay of execution.
It negates the principle of logic. It is logic standing on its head. However, I do not think Natasha can claim contempt. Because there was no judgment.
Okay.
There was no judgment lifting that suspension. So contempt of what now?
So the threat by Senator Natasha...
No, I don't think she needs that threat. Personally, I just think that the Senate leadership has to intervene. You know, I think the Senate leadership has to intervene. Allow this woman to come in. Otherwise, it will look like a vendetta. It will, I mean, Akpabio should just, you know, dress himself in gold and, you know, let this woman resume.
How do you respond to this? Now she's issued a 4-day ultimatum, but does the Clerk of the National Assembly have the powers to block Senator Natasha's return after the expiration of suspension?
I'll make it brief because I think he has dealt with the issue frontally. The point is there's too much drama attached to these issues. And I think Natasha is also enjoying the drama. You know, in my view, I think she's enjoying the drama. She's playing to the gallery on this issue. She doesn't need to issue any ultimatum.
Yeah.
The bottom line is she was given 6 months suspension.
It's over.
And the Senate stood its ground to say that you must serve it. When the woman said there is a judgment to bring her in, like you've explained, it wasn't a declarative judgment. And therefore, Senate has made a point and they made it clear that, excuse me, this does not apply. I only have a counsel to Natasha because I believe that she should resume in 4 days' time in a clear term because the 6 months is over and she should be back.
Yeah.
So whatever the clerk is doing can be overruled. But what is important is Natasha should remember there could be fresh suspension if she does not comport herself. This is not about what they are saying outside the chamber. There are House rules, there are Senate rules, and she need to abide by them. As long as she has made up her mind to be a senator, she must follow the rules of the House.
Well, how do you think her constituents will perceive this?
She has to follow the rules of the Senate.
Because they said they've not seen representation for about 6 months.
That's why they've been denied this 6 months. And as she goes back, forget the noise outside there. Stick to the rules.
Adhere to the rules.
Make a lot of impact. And we've proven
the truth is
that this woman has made a lot of impact.
Absolutely, yeah.
Before now. Stay and let the people enjoy your representation.
The truth is that nobody can always have their way all the time.
Sure.
So I feel very bad that our constituency has not been represented.
Yeah.
Give it to Natasha. She is a high-performing senator. We can see all of that.
And she's the first timer, right?
Exactly, yeah. Now, I think that she should just find a way of working with our colleagues. You know, should get back, work with our colleagues and all of that. But that clerk of the National Assembly should be reprimanded.
Should be reprimanded.
Should be reprimanded. He overreached himself. And that letter that he wrote to Natasha is very unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
it does not have any right to be talking about the appeal court or anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fine place for us to leave it. Kaidala Dende, thank you so much for your submission. Appreciate it as always. Paul Dada, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And that's it on Journalist Hangout for today, this week. Join us for another episode of the program that will be on Sunday. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangouts on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.